It's recording? Recording!
I think so, yeah, the red light's on. Alright, recording.
Recording. Look at my pumpkins.
Freaking pumpkins and bats.
I love Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Not the tag.
Not the... Ooh, the tag off. Alright, I feel like we're about to tell you a spooky story.
Well, we are.
Oh.
Ooh, that light is very bright.
I feel like I'm looking at Jesus.
If you haven't noticed, we completed our setup.
We did!
We got the camera we had, but we finally have nice lighting. So
Yes.
we don't look like two hot potatoes over here.
No.
Got some decorations and, most importantly, chairs.
We got chairs!
Tell them about the chairs.
Okay, so Bridget, we are still learning things about each other, and Bridget found out that I hate velvet to a T. I would rather sit on Ed Gein's furniture than sit on
Nice leather, skin leather.
a nipple chair. I don't know, but she got velvet chairs, so that's why I got it.
Unknowingly, I thought they were leather.
You did, and they're very nice chairs. Like they're very cute and they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
But that's why we got spooky blankets, so I don't have to touch it.
Immersion therapy is what we're calling it.
Just feel like I have to wash my hands after I touch it. I don't know why. I hate velvet.
I'm like that way with what's it called, microfiber towels.
Yeah.
do it.
Because like if your hands are dry, like catches on
And you
it.
feel bleh.
Yeah. But I feel like these aren't. I mean, these are like baby soft. And
Yeah.
they're kind of velvety, but I don't know. Just
It's
like
like
that.
different
Just
than.
hate it.
All right.
Sorry.
So we're gonna try not to touch the velvet.
We are. I got a security blanket.
All right. Episode 2.
Of what is this?
This is Supernatural.
With the unnatural.
And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Sierra Nevada Wild Little Thing.
I have to try that. You want
yeah.
me to try it?
I did. It's beer in a wine glass. Don't judge me. Or a sour.
Oh, it's not bad.
Right? It's good.
I actually like that.
You want? Can I have one? I want that if you want.
That's okay. I have water in my trusty Michael Myers cup.
Oh yeah, you had your bachelorette party last night.
I did. My
Yeah.
nice lady here, Sarah, and the other Sarah
Yes.
I know, Sarah Zotzman, who watches this because she cares about us. Love
Shout out to you, babe.
Love you, Zaza. They planned a very nice bachelorette party for me because just the people in my party everyone's in school and stuff's going on, and it just didn't happen, which I was fine with. But I thought we were just going to this place called Pins.
Little double date.
Yeah, with just our little group of friends, and there was a lot of people there.
A lot of people were there. It was very fun.
It was. I don't have a very long social battery, but you get a few drinks in me and I'm a totally different person.
Yeah. But she chugged water in between. No hangover today. You did great.
Balance.
Yeah.
I don't go to bed drunk. That's how you don't wake up hungover.
Bridget's
Took a
tip for
shower.
drinking.
Yes.
101. Anyway, it's been an exciting week. We got chairs. We got the studio. We got a nice
Yes.
light that Bridget got.
We actually posted the first podcast, even though we looked like French fries.
And there was a lot of set changes. There was a blanket, then there wasn't. There was a cat.
Oh yeah, the reason that happened is because we started and then got real hungry halfway through,
Yeah.
and then started again, and then we got sweaty because
Yeah.
we were full. So then we had a lot of scene changes, a lot of dress,
Francine
outfit
kept
changes.
messing with the freaking blanket.
She's in jail today because she tried to knock the tripod over and she kept showing off the butthole.
She did.
I kept that in there too.
I know. I love it.
She was messing with it. There's a watch in my butt.
What time is it then, Bridget? What are we gonna do today?
All right. Today, like per usual, even though it's the only second episode, I
This
will be
is on
talking.
your boob. I'm sorry. That was distracting.
How did that happen?
I was just like, I'm gonna stare at her boob the whole time if that happens.
Well, thank you. 'Cause
You're welcome.
they're already pretty large and in charge. Okay. Today, as per usual, even though it's only our second episode, haunted locations.
Ooh,
Depressing murder cases.
Yes.
Maybe we'll switch next week.
Maybe, because I tried to do, if you could find a light murder case, I tried to find like a shorter case and a light, quote unquote, light murder case. I got halfway into it, I was already dug too deep, and it's bad, so I'm sorry.
It's to maybe even the playing field a little bit. Mine does start with a brutal murder, so
Great.
brutal murder into a haunted location.
Awesome.
So
We're
you won't be alone this week.
both depressing.
I mean, I'm already depressed.
It's why we're here.
All right. So
I love this blanket.
I know it's very cute.
$10 at Target, by
Yes,
the way.
I'm not, and there's like 6 different designs, and they have like this cute bat pillow as well, and a
Freaking bats.
spider pillow. I'd also like to apologize for my sniffing and coughing. For some reason, the camera turns on and it's like a tick.
I have rubbed my nose so many times starting. I don't know what happened.
I've gotten better at that.
Yeah.
The first time we filmed, like a practice run, it was this the whole time. And I've downgraded, well, not downgraded, but we're doing a computer so I don't sit there with the iPad like this. We're learning! Okay! Alright.
Where's your story at?
So, my story takes place in Iowa.
Oh, mine's in California. Again.
Which, the reason I chose Iowa, because I know in the future we want to maybe visit these places, you can actually stay in this house.
What?
For $400 a night. And there's a whole thing about, like, people who stay there, who go in as skeptics, leave as believers by the time the sun rises.
That's
So,
awesome.
we will be talking about the, and excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, the Villisca Axe Murders / Haunting of Iowa. Okay.
Not Lindsay.
Oh, that lady?
What's
the
her
axe
last name?
Lindsay.
Borden.
Oh.
I kept saying bourbon in my head though.
So, in Iowa, at this house, sometime around midnight between Sunday, June 9th and June 10th of 1912, a person or persons entered a modest house in Villisca, Iowa, and bludgeoned to death the 8 people sleeping inside. 8, a whole family. Eat. They eated all of them. Oh.
Just kidding, go ahead.
That's fine. We're gonna have fun. No. These 8 people included 2 adults, 6 children, aged 5 through 12. So, soup's depressing. Whole family.
I know you're probably gonna get into it. I just don't understand how you can murder 8 people with an axe and no one wakes up.
That's a good question.
Right? Okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know, when people like shoot people in a house, but everyone's been shot in their bed.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I feel like I would.
Audi 5000.
Yeah, because like the dog whines and you're like, why?
I know. What's
What do you
happening,
need?
sweetie?
Yeah.
All right. The killings became known as the Viscala Axe Murders and are easily the most notorious murder in Iowan history. The murders spawned nearly 10 years of investigations, repeated grand jury hearings, and a spectacular slander suit? A spectacular slander suit of a murder trial, and numerous minor litigations and trials. The horrific crime made and broke political careers. On Sunday evening, June 9th, 1912, Josiah Moore and his wife Sarah took their 4 children, Herman, 11, which...
Keep doing cases with women named Sarah.
There's so many of you!
I know, it's awful.
I'm sure you feel very secure.
So
Josiah Moore and his wife Sarah took their 4 children, Herman, which I actually love that name.
No.
It's really cute.
That's a tiny old man's name.
It's 1912.
Okay, well then yes, it makes sense.
He would be a tiny old man now, but he got
That could be a cute
axed
cat
in the
name.
face. That would be a cute
Like a
cat.
crab, like Herman Crab.
Herman the Hermit. Herman the Hermit.
Hermit?
Hermit crab.
Hermit, yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Why did that go there?
I don't know. Took their 4 children, Herman 11, Catherine 10, Boyd 7, and 5-year-old Paul.
Boyd? I don't like that
Boyd,
name.
and then they just Paul's in there.
Paul.
They got Herman and Paul.
And Paul.
Bridget,
Why'd you change your shirt?
Okay, so so the camera only records for 10 minutes at a time, which doesn't help with our scene changes because we get up and get distracted.
Yeah.
And I watched back and there was a stain on my boob, so we changed shirts. I'll just start the sentence over. Josiah Moore and his wife Sarah took their 4 children, Herman 11, Catherine 10, Boyd 7, and 5-year-old Paul to the Children's Day service at the Presbyterian Church. Accompanying them were Lena 12 and Ina Stingler 8, neighbors who had asked their parents permission to stay overnight with the Moore children. The Children's Day service was an end-of-the-year Sunday school program. Sarah Moore was the co-director, and her children performed their little speeches, that's cute, and recitals along with all the other Sunday school members. It's cute. The service ended with social mingling that lasted until at least 9:30 p.m. When parishioners left on that cloudy, damp, and cool night, no one suspected that neither the Moores nor their overnight guests would have been seen alive again. They walked through 3 blocks to their home. Cookies and milk ended the festive evening, and they all went to bed.
Sometimes so sweet.
I know. At least they had a good night.
That's true.
it could at least say like a loving family, which is crappy that this happened to them.
It's always the good ones.
It is.
Not always, but mostly.
You know, most of the time.
Yeah.
By 7:30 a.m. on June 10th, Mary Peckham, an elderly neighbor to the west, became concerned that the Moore house seemed quiet and deserted because, you know, they have a farm, like a zoo of children there.
A zoo of children.
They're like, those kids aren't making any noises.
Yeah.
She called Joe's brother Ross, a local druggist, who arrived at around 8 a.m., which I think a druggist is a pharmacist, so I knew you were going to ask that question, to look around the house. His cautious...
like, why are they calling their meth head cousin?
to come look for these children
like,
in his family.
I was like, no one else had the energy, and he's just like hyped up on drugs.
I know that Louis like, call fucking Joe. I know he's high on some shit right now, but he'll get it done.
Get out of my head.
We spend too much time together. Alright, his cautious inspection of the downstairs revealed two figures covered with a sheet in the back bedroom, and he also saw blood on the bedstead, which I think is a bed frame.
They were covered with a sheet?
Mm-hmm.
That means someone close to him did it.
Yeah.
Because it's like a sign of regret.
Yeah. Like, ooh, I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
Where was I? Ross stepped back and away from the crime scene and called Joe's hardware store, telling employee Ed Selly to fetch Marshall Henry Hank Horton because something terrible had happened, which it blows my mind that, like, in old-timey towns like this, everybody had to be involved.
Yeah.
We got Joe the drug addict.
Yeah.
We got the hardware store owner who's calling Hank Marsh the sheriff. Shouldn't you have just called the sheriff? Why'd you have to go through three people to do that?
Well, there was a murder story I heard about, and like this. I hope it's not this one, but after like the family made a cake before they went to bed, and like everyone was murdered brutally in the house, and they let people pay like a nickel or a dollar to go through the house. Yeah. And people would take pieces of the cake.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then they would see the blood stains on the floor, and they put like hundreds of people trampled through the freaking crime scene, and they were just like, yeah.
Yeah. So many cold cases are cold cases because of how they were handled back then, just because stuff never happened, so they were like, no, it's fine, you can walk through here, come on.
Yeah, just come look at the dead bodies.
It's a sight to see.
Yeah.
Hank arrived around 8:30 a.m. and went through the house and found, as told by Ross when he came out, somebody murdered in a very bad way. And there's a murdered person in every bed. Sad.
How are you murdered in a good way?
You're not.
Okay.
I really thought about it though. I was like, no. The partially clean murder weapon was left leaning against the south wall of the downstairs bedroom where the visiting Stingler girls were found. So even the neighbors' two children were murdered too. Yeah.
Oh no.
They're just having a sleepover. After church, Sunday school's ending, they're going back to regular school.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's a crap show.
I'm gonna be depressed a lot today.
Oh my lord. I got pop-ups over here. It's not
the pop-ups.
It keeps closing out my app.
Oh lord.
Alright. The killer had added two bizarre touches to the murder scene. The first was a 4-pound piece of slab bacon leaning against the wall next to the axe. The murderer also had searched dresser drawers for pieces of clothing to cover the mirrors in the house and the glass in the entry doors. On the kitchen table was a plate of uneaten food and a bowl of bloody water. Do you have any idea why I might have covered the mirrors?
Because that's where spirits go in.
Mm-hmm. So they're stuck there.
Yep.
Because their person's an asshole.
That's rude.
The funeral procession for the Moore family and Stingler sisters. That's a picture. I'll put it in the video, but that's what the funeral looked like back then, like the procession.
Oh.
It was all horse-drawn carriages.
That's actually really cool.
It
I mean,
is.
that's not cool, but...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All the victims were found in their beds, their heads covered with bedcloths, and all of their skulls had been battered 20 to 30 times with the blunt end of the axe. The ceiling in the parents' bedroom and the children's rooms upstairs showed gouge marks apparently made by the upswing of the axe. So, the ceilings were really short back then, so this was obviously a tall person because every time he was going up, he was hitting the roof and coming back down.
So, do you know what the blunt end of an axe is?
The back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I listened to something and I thought they meant the handle of the axe, and I was like, why would someone hold the blade?
Just cutting their hands as they're going.
There's blood everywhere. Just beat
you could just turn it around. I'm no murderer, but...
I listened to a whole case, I was like, why do they beat him with a freaking wooden end? And then I got it later, but
High five.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
All right.
Just want to make sure there might be someone out there that's lost.
No, you're right because you didn't know.
I did.
There's someone else. Though Lena Stingler's nightgown had been pushed up and she'd been left exposed, doctors concluded that she had not been sexually abused.
Good.
Lena, yes, also had bloodstains on her knees and alleged defense wounds on her arm.
Oh.
I know. She's just a little chicken nugget. The Moore Stingler funeral service was held in the Villisca's Town Square, June 12, 1912, with thousands in attendance. National Guardsmen blocked the street as the hearse moved toward the firehouse where the 8 victims lay. Their caskets, not on display during the funeral, were later carried in several wagons to the Villisca Cemetery for burial. The funeral cortege was 50 carriages long.
Oh my gosh.
So, very devastating, obviously, because, like, nothing like this happened back then.
Yeah, and then you take out 8 people.
Yeah.
That's
A
like
whole family and then 2
sleepover
Yeah.
kids. I mean, that's a lot of people. Especially
Yeah.
like a small village and like obviously everybody knows everybody. So
Yeah.
like call John.
And the wife was like the minister, or not the minister, but she taught the Sunday school too. So
she's like ahead in the
Yeah.
community.
mm-hmm.
That sucks.
I know. Gotta fix my necklace. Okay. At 5:19 a.m. the morning following the murders, the Reverend Lynn George Jacqueline Kelly left Villisca on board the westbound number 5 train and allegedly told fellow travelers there were 8 dead souls back in Villisca, Iowa, butchered in their beds while they slept. He said, even though the bodies had not yet been discovered.
Wait, what?
So he got on a train
Yeah.
at 5:19 the night of the murders.
Yeah.
And then said to someone else on the train that back in Villisca, Iowa, there were 8.
Oh, and they hadn't been discovered yet.
Mhm.
First of all, that's a very dramatic way to say 8 people murdered.
Well,
Like,
it's
you're
1912 and he's
exactly.
a
So
Reverend,
we're
so
being
A dead soul.
a bell.
Yeah. Why are you announcing
I
it?
know, right?
Idiot.
And then they have been okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't like that.
I don't like this guy,
No?
Reverend Lynn George Jacqueline Kelly. Kelly had arrived in Villisca for the first time Sunday morning of the murders and attended the Sunday school performance by the Stillinger girls before departing early Monday. So came in on Sunday morning before the murders, like everyone was at church. And then Sunday night they got murdered. Monday, very early Monday morning before the bodies had been discovered, he left and was telling people on the train there were 8 people dead.
And he's a out-of-towner.
Yes.
Okay.
He returned 2 weeks later and, posing as a detective, joined the tour of the murder house with a group of investigators.
This is why I wanted to be alive during 1912.
You could do anything!
You just get like a nice trench coat. All right,
Only
I'm
if
here
you
for
were
an investigation.
Only if you were a man, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If a woman was like, "I'm a detective, ma'am,"
Go away, Debbie. Go bake me a
don't
cake.
you have 68 children you have to cook for?
Don't you have a cow to milk?
A garden to tend to? Authorities first became interested in Reverend Kelly a few weeks after the murders, after being alerted by recipients of his rambling letters. Kelly, the son and grandson of English ministers, had suffered a mental breakdown as an adolescent. Since immigrating to America with his wife in 1904, Kelly had preached at Methodist churches across North Dakota, Minnesota, Kansas, and Iowa. He'd been assigned as a visiting minister to several small communities north of Villisca, where he developed a reputation for odd behavior. He'd also been convicted of, he's pretending to be a cop, so. He'd also been convicted of sending obscene material through the mail and had spent time in a mental hospital. And this man's a reverend.
And a detective.
And a detective, he's the mailman.
Detective Reverend.
He's anything you want him to be.
Yeah. He's a jack of all trades.
Yes. But master of none.
Same.
Because he fucking murdered 8 people and then was like, I murdered 8 people. Why? Why'd you tell me that?
That's why I couldn't kill anyone, because the second I get drunk, I'll be like, I killed Ben.
She was asking for
Yep.
it.
She pissed me off in traffic.
And she's talking about me, by the way.
No. I can't murder you. Have no one else to talk
There's
to.
just gonna be a podcast. A podcast episode where I'm not here all of a sudden.
Bridget's on vacation.
She's on her honeymoon. Okay.
One dead soul in North Carolina.
If she gets to be married, I have to be married.
If I can't get married, no one can.
There you go. Why were you British?
I don't know, because it's not good.
A grand jury indicted Kelly for Lena Stingler's murder, and he was interrogated throughout the summer of 1917 while in jail awaiting trial. So 5 years after the murders.
But he was only tried for the sleepover girls?
For just one of them, not even both of them.
Okay.
Because he apparently had mentioned going to watch the Sunday school performance just to see her. So they were like, oh, well, you murdered just her. The other 7, someone else murdered them the same night.
They came behind me. I don't know why.
Lena and Ina Stehlinger were buried together at the Villisca Cemetery on August 31st at 7 a.m. Kelly signed a confession to the murder, saying God had whispered to him, "Suffer the children to come unto me." Kelly recanted this confession at trial, and his case went to jury on September 26th. The jury deadlocked 11-1 for an acquittal. A second jury was immediately impaneled, but acquitted Reverend Kelly in November. No one else has ever been tried for the murders, and the crime remains one of the most horrific unsolved mass murders in American history.
So he was only convicted or acquitted for the one
Just
murder.
the one murder. But he had confessed to all of the murders, but then recanted his statement, and the jury, for some reason...
Yeah, who was the one that was like, me didn't do it?
They came in a deadlock twice and acquitted him twice with 2 completely separate juries. 1912, man.
1912.
It's a crazy time. So, that is the murder story of the house.
Now we're getting ghosts?
Now we're getting to ghosties.
Yay. Spooky little bitches.
Alright, so the haunting. What we're all here for.
Da, da, da.
So, you can actually stay in the house. It's like $487 a night. It's a very weird number, but it's somewhere around there. You can also tour the house. There's all different things you kind of can do there.
Is there a gift shop?
I'm sure. They have a website on the Iowa State.
Can we look it up later?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. So, just some statements from people that have been there. One tour guide has witnessed objects moving, chairs rocking, and has even heard full conversations upstairs when no one else was inside the house, but has never seen a ghost. One time a photography student took the house's photo with a Civil War era camera in the attic. The photographer believed that the lighting was too dark and that the photo wouldn't turn out, and he said when the photo developed, he noticed a shadow standing behind him. Yep.
I have goosebumps right now, I'm not even kidding. I don't like the shadow figures, dude.
I would love to stay there, though. Put me in this murder house.
I wanna, listen, I'll stay in it, but I'm not doing it by myself.
Well, we'll do it together.
I know we'll do it together, but I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna need my security blanket, my
We'll
sweater.
bring the beanstalk.
Oh, okay, that's her fiance. Fiance.
Yeah, my husband in
A week.
9 days.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop. All right.
She'll be 30 in 9 days, she'll be married in 9 days. Killing it.
During the investigation. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up.
You're gonna throw up. Well, you're turning 30, so.
Oh,
I'm only 21.
and I'm gonna be this next year.
Shut your mouth.
And I'll be skinny.
I was like, you think I'm skinny? Okay. During an investigation, the investigators felt the house had a genuine creepy vibe, almost like they were. It's just what they put.
That's the way they word a genuine
Yeah.
creepy vibe. I'm sorry.
These investigators actually have a website, and I put it on here. They have a podcast blog. They're called the Soul Sisters, and they do paranormal investigations all across the
I
country.
want to watch them.
And they do live shows, everything like that. So
Check 'em out.
Check them out. This is where I got this information from.
I do want to check them out.
I'm not gonna steeze their stuff.
Nope.
So during the investigation, they had a creepy, like the house had a creepy, genuine, vibe, whatever. Almost like they were being watched by the walls. We had stationary equipment set up throughout the house, and during the night we caught several EVPs, which is on the blog, and we're going to listen to them, that we cannot explain. For example, during the EVP session, Kara, one of the Soul Sisters, asked if they were being followed. The voice recorder captured an affirmation response saying yes.
Hang on. Was it Sarah Winchester in the walls? Just
She's traveling now. Fuck.
she's just lost.
Now she's in Iowa. She was like Connecticut, California, Iowa. Where will she be next?
That's all I can think of. He said the walls are watching Sarah.
When you said she was like a rat, she had a rat pack life going on.
She did.
She's like, bring me some tunnels in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sarah.
Like fucking Master Splinter.
Weirdo. The ghosts were her Ninja Turtles.
I love that so much. You have no idea. Okay. Go ahead.
Also,
I'm sorry, I needed that. That's the best analogy I've ever heard in my life. God damn it.
That was a long one.
That's bad.
All right.
Sweating now. All right. Okay.
I'm
sorry.
It's okay. And here we go. Okay. Also, during the night, the voice recorder in the attic captured the voice of a man saying what they believe is, quote, downstairs where the girls are sleeping, quote. This is interesting phrasing to us because Lena and Ina Stalingers were sleeping in the downstairs bedroom when they were killed. And that's the bedroom they were in. Yeah. Another interesting EVP clip was captured in the children's room, and it seems to be saying, I can see the bad men. Again, this is interesting phrasing to us because we believe it says men rather than man.
Oh, so we had an accomplice.
Very possible. I mean, that would have... I can assume if you're bludgeoning 8 people to death with it...
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, so if you've got 2 people, like one, work from the bottom to the middle.
Yeah. Meet in the middle. You get 4, I get 4.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And we can listen to those. I want you to hear
Yeah, I'm
them.
excited. I'm nervous. I'm
All right.
excited. What's not a good
Show them
idea.
your socks.
My socks?
Okay.
Yeah. Which, please?
You gave him a good point there. Like a dancer.
Yeah, I was in ballet for 5 years of my
Your
life.
foot's gonna cramp if you don't calm
It
down.
almost did. That's why I put it down. It's not funny.
Okay.
I'm tired of being tired of this, Grandpa.
Too damn bird. All right.
Are you following us? Oh.
It's so clear.
No.
There's 3 of them. Come here.
I can barely do the first one.
The second one is the one where downstairs where the girls are.
I'm gonna throw up.
This one goes kind of fast.
I don't want it. I don't like it.
And then this is the third one. I can see the bad men.
I need my security blanket. I'm nervous.
Oh, she ate a burrito.
Oh, that one's sad.
Yes. So those were the EVPs. I'll attach them in there so you can listen to them, but you're also going to visit the blog.
Some Soul Sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
An occurrence that happened in the house also. Robert Larson Jr. ended his visit to the Villisca axe murder house in southwest Iowa early Friday. So this is crazy. This is a person who was staying there, like being a paranormal investigator.
Okay.
He ended early with critical stabbing injuries
What?
on the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, and it was self-inflicted. He stabbed himself in the chest through the breastbone.
Did he have any like history of mental illness or anything?
Mm-mm.
He just got like possessed?
I don't know. He was staying at the house doing like... So it's unclear how the 37-year-old man visiting from Rhinelander, Wisconsin managed to stab himself, but authorities said he was there for a recreational paranormal investigation, and the cops got called there around 12:45 a.m.
I don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
Why did he have a knife?
They probably have stuff in the kitchen
I guess.
for guests to
Well,
cook.
if we do stay, we're putting everything in a safe.
But wrapping everything in bubble wrap.
Yes. God.
Just make a special request. Can you take all the knives out?
Yeah, I'll still be like, why?
What? Why?
I don't want to get possessed or stab myself. That is terrifying. Did he live? I guess he lived.
I didn't.
Oh.
I only could find one news coverage of it because it really no one talks about it. Like there wasn't a lot of stuff about it. I found it like deep 10 pages into Google. And I was
That's
like,
what we're here for.
So I don't actually know. I just found the one thing and I was like, I gotta talk about that because that's crazy. So yeah.
Makes me want to throw up.
And there we go. That is the Villisca.
Wow, you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, what was it called?
The Villisca axe murders.
Yay! That was good.
Thanks.
I got goosebumps, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah.
Sad.
It was
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Hit all the pyramids.
You did.
Pyramids? Corners.
I wasn't gonna correct you because I didn't know what you were trying to say.
Alright. Phobia of the week.
Oh, good, you courted it. You courted it!
What were you trying to say?
You plugged it up. Because when I was doing my research, I was like, alright, you gotta do a phobia of the week because Bridget always does it and you gotta do it this time.
Did you do one?
No.
Oh my god.
I know. Something.
This is gonna turn into something I'm doing.
Is your back sore from carrying the team?
Oh, that's why I'm such a hunchback. It's got all this weight on my shoulders. Got scoliosis. Alright.
Phobia of the week.
Here we go. This is, I can't pronounce it.
Permush.
Okay. Lunadeosophobia
It sounds like Spanish.
is phobia of Mondays.
The Sunday scaries.
Did you know there's such a phobia for fear of Mondays called lunadeosophobia? It is described as an abnormal fear or extreme dislike of Mondays, which I don't mind Mondays because
we don't work. This
This is actually our Saturday, so...
Now Wednesday, don't like that day.
No. We don't mess with Wednesdays. The correct term for describing people who hate Mondays is lunadeosophobia.
Oh.
Garfield. And lasagna.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. Here at Don't Hate Monday. Here at Don't Monday My Sunday. We don't want you to fear Monday, but we want you to take Sunday or any day of the week to truly live.
Yes.
Yes. Life is about living and not fearing or having worry. The one thing that I think we can all agree on is we all don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, right? We sometimes don't know what is going to happen 10 minutes from now. You have to have the ability not to live in fear. My mom always had said anxiety is the worry gone out of control. It is. You have to find ways to cope and look at the positive side of things.
Medication.
Yes. You are here, you are breathing, and you are living. Don't Monday My Sunday is a very positive term to remind you that you only live once and don't fear tomorrow.
That's right.
I don't know why this turned into a motivational speech.
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. And that was it.
That was so good. I loved it. I really did like that.
I think it was good.
It was.
I'm getting into the groove.
You are. You did really good. I was
Thanks.
intrigued the whole time and didn't zone out this time, which is good.
You really, a solid 10.
You gave me 100 numbers.
You had to do zero math. I literally gave it to you.
I'm not good at math though, but you were just like 27 rooms, 13 nails, 7
It's
chandeliers.
interesting.
It was after that.
I like that. Don't Monday My Sunday.
Don't Monday my Sunday. Well, we could say don't Tuesday my Wednesday.
Oh.
I'm gonna text that to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't Tuesday my Wednesday.
We're going to IKEA tomorrow.
Yeah, we need a desk. We need to get more. We're working. We're
Yes.
still a work in progress.
Oh yeah, I said we were finished. We got one more step, and that's to get like a table
A
to
thing.
put our stuff on and get microphones.
Yes, so we are still working on our things.
Yeah.
That was a very vague statement. We're work in progress.
Ready?
Bridget, it wasn't recording. I'm just kidding.
I kill you.
That was priceless. How do I stop? All right, here we're gonna get depressed. I tried, like I said, to find a quote-unquote light murder case, and like I said, that didn't happen. So a little bit of a trigger warning. Just like my last episode or last case. There is some killing of animals, some necrophilia, small child gets murdered. So,
Just your usual stuff.
didn't mean to. I really tried to find something better than that, and I'm gonna not go this route next time. But I did really enjoy your case today.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it was really good. So
I mean, I say that, but 8 people got murdered, but it was interesting.
That's from 1912, so like it's
Yeah.
a really long time.
And we want to stay there one day, so hopefully they won't.
I'm gonna try. I'm going to attempt
You might be
to
sleeping
stay
in the
there.
front yard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the getaway keys, so we'll see. All right, so we are gonna talk about Richard Chase.
Okay.
You heard about him?
I have not.
All
Well,
right.
I might have.
That's true. You always tell me, no, I've never heard of it.
I remember the case, not the name.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names. He's also known as the vampire killer.
Maybe. I might. That sounds pretty familiar, but I feel like that has been used a few times.
Yeah, he didn't kill vampires though, just to clarify.
He was not, what's her name? Bonnie, whatever, the vampire slayer.
Oh, Buffy?
Buffy.
Bonnie the vampire slayer.
He's not Buffy.
Sorry. Bonnie the vampire. Sorry. Okay, I got
It's
it.
from the 90s, you know?
Okay. Richard Trenton Chase was born May 23rd in 1950 and died December 26, 1980. He was a serial killer, rapist, cannibal, and necrophile. Chase killed 6 people in the span of a month in 1977 in Sacramento, California. I just don't need to do cases in California.
Yeah.
Because that's where all these
No,
come
when
from.
you were talking about Edmund in the last case, you're like, he moved to California, and I was like, great, another serial killer lives in California, because I think they have at least 75 at one time.
At least. He was given the nickname the Vampire Killer of Sacramento because he drank his victims' blood and cannibalized their remains. Chase was said to be a heavy drug user. At the age of 10, he was diagnosed with all 3 parts of the McDonald triad. It's also known as the triad of sociopathy. That's how you say that word.
That's a thing.
It is.
I feel like you can throw apathy at the end of any word.
Right?
Mattheopathy.
The study of math. That is the study of. Or the disease of. No, it's the study of. Biography is the study of.
No.
What's biography then?
Geography. I'm saying ography words.
I'm saying opathy words.
You got on the tangent.
I don't know what's happening. We're just rewind. Just alright. It's a set of 3 factors that are associated with violent tendencies with relation to serial offenses. In his early adulthood, he developed hypochondria. He complained that his heart would stop beating. The powerhouse of the cell. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the cell.
Oh,
What is that
my
from SpongeBob?
Mm-hmm. Ravioli.
Right.
He complained that his heart would stop beating, and he also stated that someone had stolen his pulmonary artery. One, I feel like you would notice that.
Yeah.
Real quick, scarring, I don't know, pain, anything. Also though, when you lay down, are you really aware of your heartbeat?
Not that I think about it. Like,
You're gonna think about
sometimes
it
I
right now.
hyperfixate on my breathing, and then I think I'm not breathing normally.
Yeah.
But not
But
my
when I'm-
heartbeat.
When I'm laying down, like on my side, I'm just like do, and I hate it. It stresses me out. I don't know why. Not that I want to be a vampire killer, but whatever. Oh, Chase, this is my favorite. Chase would also hold oranges above his head because he believed that he could absorb vitamin C via brain diffusion. Because eating an orange wouldn't give you vitamin C. My second favorite. Chase also shaved his head because he believed that his cranial bones had become separated from moving around and he wanted to watch his activity. So he believed all his bones in his head were moving. He's like, I'm gonna shake my head so I can watch it. He left his mother's house because he believed she was trying to poison him. He rented an apartment with friends where it didn't take long for his roommates to complain about him. They said that Chase was constantly under the influence of alcohol, marijuana, and LSD. That's a big combination. Chase would also walk around the apartment nude constantly and even in front of company. His roommates demanded he moved out. When he refused, they moved out instead.
Damn.
Could you imagine if I came over to your apartment and John's just like, what's up guys, and he's naked? No thank you.
We would not be hanging out.
No, we wouldn't.
Also, we wouldn't be getting married in 9 days because that's weird.
That's gross. I don't like it. Once alone in his apartment, Chase began capturing, killing, and disemboweling various animals. Trigger warning for the rest of the episode. Yep. He would devour them raw and sometimes blend them, or...
Eat them raw?
Mhm.
Okay.
He would he would devour them raw and sometimes blending in their raw organs in with his Coke and drink it. Because Coke alone isn't bad enough for you.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna put some raw organs in that, just spice it up.
I don't like it.
You're not gonna like the rest of this if you're already
Kind
upset.
of nauseous.
The rest of it. The reason he did this was because he believed that ingesting the creatures, it would prevent his heart from shrinking. So, for one, he thought his heart would stop beating. 2, he thought someone stole his pulmonary artery. Don't know who. Well, I guess later we find out who. Now he thinks his heart is shrinking like the Grinch.
So this man made up like a whole, like, where did he even get these ideas from? It's the 70s. You can't even Google stuff to freak yourself out.
That's what I don't understand, is because why ingesting raw animals is that kind
That's
of...
what I mean. Like, he created his own form of medicine.
Right. And I don't know. So, Chase spent time in a psychiatric ward in 1973.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yes. In 1976, he was involuntarily committed to a mental institution where he was taken to a hospital because he injected rabbit's blood into his veins. Yeah.
How did that not? I mean, I guess a rabbit's small. Like, I feel like it definitely wouldn't be enough to kill
How do
him.
you catch a rabbit?
Traps.
Have you ever tried to catch a... Oh, I guess that's true.
Catching a rabbit without traps is...
Or like a dog or something, I guess. Because I've seen rabbits and they're like, they're gone.
But I feel like, I mean, it wouldn't be enough to kill him for sure, but like at least anaphylaxis.
Well, he might have killed them though, because he's already killed several small
No,
animals.
no. Injecting the blood into himself. Because the animal's so small, but I feel like that definitely would have caused anaphylaxis.
Yeah. The hospital staff nicknamed him Dracula because of his blood obsession.
That's weird.
Which, this part too... I'm just gonna read it to you and let you see what you say. Let me see what you say.
Let me see what you say.
Alright. He caught 2 birds that flew near his hospital window, broke their necks, and drank their blood. I have a question. If you're in a mental institution, you have a window
that you can open.
Why can you open it?
They had bars. That's talent.
If they have bars, though, there's still glass between them and the bars. So if they do break the glass, there's still bars there.
That's true.
And then this part really bothered me. He also extracted blood from therapy dogs with stolen syringes.
He didn't kill them though, right?
No, he didn't kill them. Thank God, or I would have quit. But no, so my thing is though, I even put my notes, I was like, who was watching this guy? So he's in the mental hospital, and someone's bringing in their therapy dogs to like interact with the mental patients, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
But somehow he got a hold of a syringe.
And a dog, unattended.
And a dog who had a person with it and stole blood from them. By the way, like, we work with animals. We get blood on dogs all the time.
Yeah. That's a 2-person job.
That's a 2-person job, and sometimes there's been days where we can't hit a vein on a dog.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed with schizophrenia and went under several treatments involving psychotropic drugs. Somehow, he was deemed no longer a danger to society. In 1976, was released to his mother at the age of 26. Chase's mother then weaned him off his medication and got him his own apartment.
Medications are meant to stabilize people.
In mid-1977, Chase was stopped and arrested on a reservation in Pyramid Lake, Nevada. His body was smeared with blood, and they found a bucket of blood in his truck. The blood they found was found to be cow's blood, and no charges were filed. Which I don't understand why there are no charges were filed, because he killed someone's cow. On December 29th, 1977, Chase killed his first victim in a drive-by shooting. Ambrose Griffin was a 51-year-old engineer and father of 2. Chase had just gotten into an argument with his mother and went out. Griffin was helping his wife bring in groceries, and Chase shot him in the chest.
Great.
So this guy seemed like he had a job, had a wife, had kids.
Family.
Helping his wife
Having
with
a good
groceries.
day.
Right. Like Sunday afternoon grocery haul.
The 70s, it was nice outside, I know it. He didn't get arrested after that, or did he like run away?
He got away. So he does several things, and it wasn't until the end where they were like, we got him. But he like I said, he made 6 murders in a month. So he's very busy.
Got a packed schedule.
Yeah.
Gotta murder Sally on Tuesday, gotta murder Mark on Monday. Is there another Sally?
No. Just want you to feel bad.
Like, everyone in the 70s was named Sally.
No, there's no Sally or Mark. You did good that time.
Thanks, good.
Thanks.
I gotta just stop spitting out names.
You do. Say like Glinda.
Or,
I feel like there's not a lot of Glindas.
what was the one for mine?
Sarah.
Boyd.
Boyd.
Or Harlan, whatever it was.
Hermit.
Herman. Hermit.
That was aggressive.
It's clean. Remember that? You
Yeah.
opened your mouth the second that went off and it sounded like you were making that noise.
So 2 weeks later, he attempted to enter the home of a woman, but because her doors were locked, he walked away. He later told detectives that he took a locked door as a sign that he wasn't welcome.
Oh my god, my mom used to tell me growing up that there was a man that came around that he would only come into houses with unlocked doors, so it would get me to lock the doors at night.
Yeah, because then he said, but an unlocked door was an invitation to come inside.
That's crazy!
That's probably why she said that, because this is in the 70s,
Yeah.
1977, so maybe that's why.
She was like a kid then. She was
Yeah.
like 10. She was 10.
Yeah, so maybe that's why, because of him.
That's wild.
That's scary.
Yeah.
On a separate occasion, he caught and chased off a couple from their home and pilfered through their belongings. He also defecated and urinated into a child's bed and clothing.
That's nasty. Like an animal.
Yeah, like they were going to their house and he was like chasing them off, and he went into their house, which I don't know how he wasn't caught from that, but he went in their house and like defecated and urinated on their child's
That's
bed.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm. He sucks. He fucking sucks.
You suck, dude.
On January 23rd, 1978, Chase broke into a house and shot Teresa Wallen, who was 3 months pregnant, and he shot her 3 times. He then had sexual intercourse with her corpse while stabbing her with a butcher's knife. He removed several organs, cut off one of her nipples, and drank her blood. Then, to top it off, he stuffed dog feces from her yard down her throat before he left.
That's disgusting.
Right? Like, think of the worst thing you can do to someone. There it
That's
is.
disgusting.
Alright. On January 27th, Chase entered the home of 38-year-old Evelyn Irith. He shot her friend Danny Meredith, who was visiting, shot him with a .22 handgun. He then fatally shot Evelyn, her 6-year-old son Jason, and her 22-month-old nephew David, who I guess was hanging out for the night. So she had friends over, had her nephew over, her child in there. He murdered everyone. He then mutilated Evelyn's body, engaged in necrophilia and cannibalism. As he was doing this, another visitor knocked on the door, startling him. He then fled in Danny's car, taking the nephew's body with him. So the 22-month-old, I don't know why, put the body in the car, fled the scene. The visitor alerted a neighbor who called the police. Police discovered complete handprints and shoe prints in Evelyn's blood, which is great. That's what, not great, but that's what caught him.
Yeah.
Chase was arrested quickly and police searched his apartment. Once they searched it, they discovered the walls, floor, ceiling, and all his eating utensils were covered in blood.
Oh, probably reeked in there.
Right, it smells like pennies. It has to. I also read somewhere else too he had human brains in his freezer, but I don't think that's an accurate thing. Because, well, he killed mainly small animals, and then in a month he killed all these people, but he kind of like, I feel like he just left them there. In 1979, he stood trial for 6 counts of murder. His defense tried to have him found guilty of second-degree murder to avoid the death penalty, and that would give him a life sentence instead. Their case hinged on Chase's history of mental illness and the suggestion that his crimes were not premeditated. But on May 8th, 1979, the jury found Chase guilty of 6 counts of first-degree murder and rejected the argument that he was not guilty by reason of insanity. Which, thank God, because he was sentenced to die in a gas chamber. It was 1979.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about Ed Kemper.
I know. Ed Kemper played gas chamber. This guy died.
That would have been his dream way to die.
I know.
Evelina, sign me up.
He would have loved this game. And I was like,
no do-overs though.
He did one try. But that's what killed me though, is that one, I thought I had Kemper. 2, I didn't know in 1979 that was a freaking option.
Nice. I mean, listen. America was like the wild, wild west. In 79, 50 years ago?
I don't know what year it is. 2021? Did you be math real quick?
It's about 50 years ago, because we're 20 years into 2000, and that's 30 years from 2000, so yeah, 50.
42.
Yeah. 42 years ago you could do that.
So, his inmates feared him because they knew of his violent tendencies, and according to prison officials, the inmates persuaded Chase to commit suicide. Yeah, I thought that was kind of fucked So literally he was in prison and all his inmates, partners, what do you call them? The neighbors? Cellmates.
The neighbors.
The neighbors at the prison.
What'd you have for breakfast today, John?
His cellmates were like, just please, just end it. Just end it all.
That's...
Because they were scared of him. So then, goes out on a whirl here. Chase was granted a series of interviews with Robert Besser, where he told his fears of Nazis and UFOs. He claimed that although he had killed 6 people, it was not his fault. He had been forced to kill them to keep himself alive, and that any other person would do the same thing.
Okay.
It gets better.
No, hold on. Okay, sure. Whatever. Say you were forced to kill them. No one forced you to commit necrophilia or cannibalism.
Nope.
If
or
you
drink freaking therapy dog's blood.
So
no one told you to do that.
You can keep going.
Yeah, your head hurts? Same. Okay? You're gonna have to type it up.
Make it make sense.
I know. The more I got, so like I said, I tried to do a light story. The more I got into the story, the worse
You're like,
it got.
God damn it.
Yeah, the worse it got. I was like, too deep now.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now we have UFOs and Nazis we're scared of. He asked Robert, the guy who's interviewing him, to give him access to a radar gun so he could apprehend the Nazi UFOs so that the Nazis could stand trial for the murders. That was my face doing these notes.
He's living in his own world.
Yeah. Mental health, man. It's a real thing. During the interview, it's my favorite part. During the interview, Chase actually pulled out a large amount of mac and cheese from his pockets and tried to hand it.
Cooked?
Yes. Why was that your question? You just, out of all the questions we could ask, you want to know if it's cooked mac.
You just got loose cheese in there? No! Yes! Out of everything you told me, that is the most mentally unstable thing he did. He put liquid cheese in pasta in a pocket.
Well, it could have been baked mac and cheese where it's like it's solidified. It's prison mac and cheese. I don't know what kind of mac and cheese they had.
Was it a peace offering?
I'm gonna tell you why. In a
Okay,
minute. You were just upset if it was cooked or not. This literally be like, all right, Bridget, da da da.
Give me some of your tots.
Alright. During the interview, Chase pulled out a large amount of cooked mac and cheese from his pockets and tried to hand it to Richard, the interviewer. Chase believed...
Sorry. Just want to point out who we're talking to.
So he's being interviewed and he's like, you know what, man?
I would have not been able to handle myself.
Well, after he said about UFOs and Nazis, at that point, that's the most level...
Mac and cheese?
Yeah.
It's lunchtime.
Well, no, he didn't eat it because Chase believed that it was poison from the prison officials who were working with the Nazis. I don't know where the UFOs are at that point.
That's what they take to get to work every day.
Oh, got it. So,
Just gotta breeze past that one.
well, let's make it sad. That's what I was trying to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, not sad. Fucked up. Anyway, on December. I'll just let you choose what you want. On December 26, 1980, Chase was found dead in his cell.
Okay.
Autopsy. Okay.
I'm following.
I'm dead. Got it. Autopsy confirmed that he completed suicide with an overdose of his anti-anxiety medications.
I didn't know you could overdose on those.
I didn't either. I'm gonna be honest, because I have them over there.
It's okay.
Well, they're only 10 milligrams. I feel like that has to take like a... They don't give me enough to overdose on. They give me a month's worth and that's not gonna do anything. But... So yeah, he did an interview about Nazis and UFOs, pulled mac and cheese out of his pocket, and then they're like, you know what? Can't do it anymore. Which is kind of sad.
So did he do it the same day? Or like how long after that interview? I mean, it's not important. I was just... What year did he do it?
1979 he stood trial, and then 1980 he died.
Okay.
So, I mean, he did a lot. Like I said, he did 6 murders in a month.
Why did he just have his own anxiety medication? They should have had that, like, locked up.
Well, I don't know how much they were controlling it. If he
He might have been collecting it over time. Okay.
All
So,
right.
your case
Was garbage.
trash.
So, we're going to end on a light note. I'm going to try to tell some dad jokes. Because for one, they're my favorite. 2,
She hasn't done a phobia of the week, so.
I suck at phobia of the week. And Bridget's been doing wonderful at that. But yeah, I want to end on a lighthearted note. So we're going to tell a dad joke. You
Let's
ready?
get it.
I'm not looking it up. No. Bridget,
Yes.
what do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
It's not funny. What? A clownfish?
Oh, that's cute. No. Sophisticated.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, isn't it? I have so many more coming your way. But yeah, so that's my case. It was trash. Bridget's case was very intriguing and very spooky. I had goosebumps in it, but she's gonna put the EVPs on there.
Yes, we
like
can
she
watch them
said.
together.
That way you can actually hear it, because I'm sure you couldn't on the computer, but
Probably not. We'll figure it out.
anyway, episode 2
Yep.
of
Supernatural with the.
Unnatural. Were you gonna say How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Oh, I don't know what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say we have TikTok.
We have a TikTok?
Instagram.
Instagram?
We have an email.
And an
All of
email.
those things are in the description. We are posting fun, silly, goofy TikToks.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with it.
Yes, and not a lot on Instagram right now. Working on it. We got work.
We're gonna get there.
We are.
Oh, do we need to get our studio cat? Look at our studio cat.
Chini!
This is Queen Francine.
That's
She
the
is
lady with the butthole.
This is our studio cat. She hates me. There she is.
pretty lady?
So this
Oh,
is
boy.
our
Oh boy.
get your baby. But this is Francine. She likes to show her butt in our videos. She also likes to trip over my tripod. That's why she's been in jail this whole time. And we actually didn't have any problems. Last episode, you probably saw me trying to fight her from going under the blanket.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing. Bridget edited a lot of it out.
It was a lot of arguing. I didn't just drop her on her head, by the way. She does backflips.
Nope, she does backflips. She's great. See, look.
Ready?
She's fine.
She's good.
She's a good girl. She's purring right now, actually. But this is Queen Francine. She's a wonderful lady.
Oh, there she goes.
And she's touching the tripod. See? This is why you're in jail forever.
Ready? And.
Yeah. Sam's
Oh,
Road Away
all right.
again.
Say bye, Nelly.
Oh. Bye, Nelly. Make a wave.
Oh. See you next week.
Yeah, next week.
I'll talk about the murders next week.
Yes, I'm gonna do a spooky show. Spooky show. I'm gonna do a spooky case next week because I've been depressed with the last 2.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. We done? We good?
Later, skater.
Later, tater.
Tater chip.
Wait, what did you say? I'm gonna dip like a tater chip.
Let her rip, tater chip.
Let her rip tater chip. Bye.
Ah.